Hey, everybody.
Nigel's...
Welcome
What?
back to Mom Can I Have Another Dollar?
Well, welcome back to the Wild Thornberries.
We're playing Dirty Drivin.
Oh my God, it's so loud. It was
Yes,
the
it
loudest
is.
game ever made.
Fuck are.
All right. Let's
Jesus
see.
Christ, Kyle. Anyway, so you know how Nickelodeon keeps bringing back classic cartoons on Netflix? Well, I definitely think it's time for the Wild Thornberries to explore the subject of addiction
Yeah.
for a modern audience.
Agreed.
No. The buzzing.
Such a...
They still buzz, Marianne. I can hear the buzzing.
I hear the buzzing in my dreams.
If you're new to this series, we posit a reality in which Nigel Thornberry had a crippling addiction to eating bees.
You know, that's canonical story that happened.
We brought that. Why the hell did we bring that? Oh, right. No, you were talking about fucking John Redcorn eating a head of soap for some reason.
Well,
I was talking about
you made it about soap.
I was bringing up an actual episode of King of the Hill where Bobby tries to give a traditional Native American meal, which was the head of a man.
Yeah, but it was like fashioned out a hamburger or something, wasn't it?
Right. It was like a head of cabbage or whatever, and like it had a carrot.
I remember Bobby hating Thanksgiving when he learns about the white man.
Yeah, that's the same
And
episode.
you're sure it was the white man? But yeah, I don't remember exactly why. Or I mean, it does sound like something I would come up with, that he tries to feed John Redcorn a human head. But this is something that happened in a real episode. But I just figured, you know, he whips away the tablecloth and there's a screaming Hank Hill head carved immaculately out of soap.
Yeah, and you said something about its greenish hue, so it's got to be like he melted down or just fused together several bars of Irish Spring.
Well, yeah, Irish
and-
Spring was the bullion. He smelted Irish Spring.
Yeah, and he lovingly carved it into the shape of his own father's face.
Yeah.
Present you, John Redcorn, with the traditional meal of your people. Oh, no, Bobby. That man is trying to seduce your mother. That smooth fucking Cherokee so-and-so.
What are you talking about, Dad? Why would he want to sleep with Mom?
Dad, he's not Cherokee. He's Wampanoag. Whatever, I don't remember what his actual... Did they ever actually say what his tribe was?
Yes, in that episode that I tried to say the name and I couldn't remember it, and you gave me so much guff.
Well, because
Go ahead, Kyle. Try to correct us. Remind us that John Redcorn was doing ayahuasca.
There you go.
What?
Yeah, ayahuasca.
I'm making fun of Kyle's inability to remember the actual name, and instead I'm naming things that are close enough but wrong.
No, yeah.
Damn you.
No,
Damn you,
I
Nick.
picked up on what Nick was doing, but then when Kyle agreed, like that was a confirmation of what he was saying. Then I got confused. Oh, I just don't know anymore. I don't know why. I don't know why anything. I don't know why they have pinball sound effects in this fucking driving game.
I don't know, but there's a
why
man
we're doing
just
this driving game.
screaming in my right ear constantly.
Yeah, I was going to call attention to the pinball sound effects right when you said I don't know when it or why anything is happening, because man, perfect timing.
Yank
I think,
the crank.
yeah, okay, just to clarify, I did not tell Kyle to edit in the pinball sound. That was That's not some kind of punctuation mark, nor is it a censor sound effect for untoward allusions to sexual assault.
Fuck.
But all right.
Yeah, we draw the line at aggravated assault here.
The classy assault.
The justified
So
assault.
speaking of classy, there's John Redcorn, and he's like, Bobby, my people no longer consume the heads of our fallen enemies.
We haven't
He's
done that
looking
for
at
like
the Hank
700
head,
years.
The Irish Spring Hank head, the bust of Hank, the bust of Hill carved from Irish Spring. No matter how succulent and green it may be, how pungent the smell, and how smooth it would be to swallow a mouthful of that delicious, delicious soap. No!
He gets a weird complex about it.
And then, yeah, like Joseph, like, I'm not eating soap, Mr. Redcorn.
Oh yeah, and
Let's
then steadily it becomes apparent that John is going through an awful lot of soap when he goes through at the grocery store. Somebody makes a comment about, how he must be nice and squeaky clean because this is like the third bar of soap he's bought this month.
Hey,
I hear the Gribbles buy up all that soap because Nancy tries to scrub away the guilt of cheating on her husband. Little do they realize. Nope. Good old John Redcorn, when he comes over for a day of infidelity, gets a little hungry, works up an appetite, doing all that erotic massaging, and heads over to the shower room, and there it is. An unopened package of Irish Spring just sitting under the sink, visible for all the world to see. Pretty soon, that 12-pack is a 1-pack.
And Dale finally picks up. He solves the mystery, but, again, he still can't put together that his wife is sleeping around on him. He just discovers that for reasons he cannot understand, John Redcorn has eaten all of his soap.
Bar soap. He figures out that he won't drink the liquid stuff, so he switches to the liquid, and he buys the liquid stuff that has like the little scrubbing beads in it, so that it will really hurt on the way down if he tries to drink it.
I had
he
regular
my
soap.
exfoliating facial soap with the beads.
He catches John Redcorn with a couple of them stuck in his teeth.
My John Redcorn, but your breath is smelling minty fresh today.
Yeah,
Almost
I was
like
just about to
Irish
say-
Spring.
I was just about to say, he gets real close up and gives him a good sniff. He's like, just what I thought, pomegranate.
I told her only to buy ivory. Runs away with his mouth covered, not in shame, but literally because he's trying to conceal the fact that there's little slivers of ivory soap wedged between his incisors. And this has nothing to do with his culture. He's just got a weird soap addiction.
Yeah.
And incidentally, when Bobby made the head, oh yeah, that's a good conflict. It's like, obviously he would not be inclined to eat the head that Bobby offered him because that's unintentionally culturally insensitive. But the fact that it was made of soap drives him.
Yeah, it's for some kind of contest. It's just a soap carving competition. But when he sees it, it's like it unlocks some sort of primal drive just under the surface. So Bobby loses because his entry into the competition is mysteriously gone. Or no, it has a big cartoonish bite with like a quarter of the head missing.
Or maybe he only wins because the whole face has been gnawed away and people think it's some kind of like, like art, Like it's, like it's some kind of modern art.
Well, it's the redemption arc. So at the very end, when they start revealing all the other soap sculptures, all of them also have bites taken out of them. And Bobby looks around and he's like, hey. And
wait a minute.
Yeah, and then slowly but surely, every single one of them has bites taken out of him. And he looks over, like the whole thing is, they just like retool it like, well, I guess we judge them as they are. So Bobby gets back in the competition and you see John Redcorn giving him a thumbs up with like chunks of soap shavings around his mouth.
He gets really offended at the Little Rascals movie from the 90s because it has a soap guzzling gag.
That's
not even what it's about.
You do not
never mind.
fart bubble
He
when
does
you
still
eat soap.
give Bobby a thumbs up to like signify, yeah, I helped you out, but he's doing so in between heaving heartily into a trash can.
Well, no, he sneaks off. He's practiced enough that he can lose that news in the begonias, as roast beef stomach says. But more importantly, I think by this point he's incorporated the concept into his healing stuff, right? Like, I have never once been constipated in 35 years. I tell you, it's easy to have some. Slides right out.
Fuck.
Something about it just makes it so slick.
I just liked the imagery that he would be lifting his head up out of a trash can with like big foaming clouds of soap residue around his mouth, like a cartoon rabid dog, and he just gives him a thumbs up. His eyes are all baggy, like he looks like he's got the flu.
Hank,
Dale,
I understand that you have recently switched to Fabuloso for cleaning your kitchen. I was wondering if you were ever going to consider switching back to bar soap.
No, John Redcorn. In fact, I think I might just step up my game to pure lie. Lie. And then he's accusing John Redcorn of lying. Not about the infidelity, but about the fact that he ate all his Irish Spring.
Oh yeah, it's a little cue that is getting at his conscience.
I don't know why
Dang,
he did it,
Dale,
John Redcorn.
Dale, why do you smell like a salad bar?
Oh, I've had to switch to mango soap because I understand a certain someone is allergic to mangoes. Well, the downside is I'm allergic to them too. Look at my skin.
So rashy.
Yeah. This is the price I pay to have soap that goes unconsumed.
Well, I think that's probably good enough for Dirty Drivin.
Good enough.
We got another.
We talked about John Redcorn eating soap for 10 minutes.
Yep.
High quality entertainment.
I think that's good enough. All right. Well, join us next time on another episode of Mom Can I Have Another Dollar?
Yeah!